So this one is China's Disturbing Fixed Smile Obsession by Woni.
I see that face you're making. Come on, I want to see your beautiful smile. Nobody likes being sad and chopped, so wipe that frown off your face. You see, smiling evokes a sense of happiness and joy, and you look more friendly too,
Oof.
so why don't we start smiling forever? Permanently. Yeah, that's where we are today with the influencer face aesthetic, a perfect addition to make things even more unsettling than it already
What
was. We're talking
the fuck am I looking at? They propose happiness to human.
talking about one of the most unhinged beauty aesthetics floating around in China right now, called the smiling lips, or the M-shaped lips look. So you might be stuck looking happy forever while your life is falling apart. Sounds
You don't even look happy, you look like the Joker.
relatable, doesn't it? Now, in a lot of Asian beauty standards, there's this preference for lips that look both cute and a little bit spicy. They want that clean Cupid's bow shape, the slightly thicker lips, and corners of your lips to tilt up just enough to get that I'm sweet and harmless kind of vibe.
Just don't be fucking lazy and smile. Like, what?
Or the idea of kissable lips. On Chinese social media across Douyin and Kuaishou, these M-shaped lips have become super viral. But one thing people started hyperfixating on was the philtrum, which is the space between your nose and your upper lip. So this part right here.
Yes.
And apparently, if it's too long, it makes your face look older and not appealing. You essentially look like a more serious person, according to most Chinese influencers. So that is worse than death. They'll post before and after pics like, guys, I didn't even realize what was wrong with my face until I realized my philtrum was ruining my life. And now suddenly everyone's staring at their face.
I mean, again, like all of this kind of things, you know, all the like the recent trend in actors and actresses to like get the buccal fat out or something, which makes their face looks very like hollow down, right? So it's yeah, it's all some kind of like really fucked up self-esteem thing. That's all it is, right? So, like, you know, it's going from, you know, I'm too fat to this specific bit of my body is not right, and then it's like every specific bit or something. Like, some of it might look funny, some of it might look creepy, but it's all very sad, you know? It's all very, very sad, yeah. Like, there's some kids that are fine, like, some people have some really, like, fucked up nose, you know. I can understand fixing that, but come on. Yeah. The European have the sense that bigger eyelid with eye are beautiful. I have no idea. Clearly, you can tell I'm not someone who's really into body standard or anything. I don't really know, like, I genuinely don't know what's considered nice or not. Big eyes, small eyes. I just know big boobs, big ass is nice. Like, beyond that, I genuinely don't know what it is. I think around here, like in Europe, I think people are more into, like, people don't mind sick women. Well, I know in Asia, obviously, like, you know, thinness is kind of the name of the game, right? Not always, right? It's a stereotype, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about this.
In the mirror like, wait, is mine too long? Basically, you're trying to always look like you're approachable and charming, even though you're probably depressed. This is essentially how you want to level up your lip aura so that you can attract others romantically, you know.
But it looks wrong, like the little gap on the side. It looks wrong.
Without side effects. Clearly, right? I mean, this was for sure not the resting face solution that I was trying to find. Now, the thing about this M-shaped lip aesthetic is that it's much more riskier than most procedures because you can't just copy someone else's lips with a reference photo. Everyone's face proportions are different, but people still go to clinics like, yeah, give me this exact one. And then they are surprised that it looks completely different from what they wanted. And depending on your face, or depending on how closely you resemble,
Like the only kind of surgical, what's the word for it? Yeah, like plastic surgery operation I've definitely thought about. You know, when I was young, I got fat really fast, and when you get fat really fast, you know, your skin doesn't have time to adapt, so it stretches. I don't know if you guys can really see, but like on my arms, for example, I've got like this crazy like stretch mark or whatever, you know. I don't know what they're called in English. You know, they look pretty terrible up close, like crazy scars, I guess. You know, I don't actually care that much. I used to care a lot when I was young. Like at school, I would always wear like long sleeve, you know, because I didn't want people to see it. But these days, I don't really care. You know, but still, like, you know, if I ever had the money, I was rich enough to care, I guess I would get that fixed. If I lost the weight and stayed not fat for a long time. But otherwise, yeah, there's like, I don't know what else I haven't considered or I've considered, right? I mean, it's just one of those things, yeah. Obviously, I never really cared too much about my appearance, but it's crazy to even think of like modifying your lips to me and like having like a gap like that.
The Dorian face aesthetic, there are mainly two procedures. Number one is philtrum shortening, and this is where they shorten the distance between your nose and your upper lip, because apparently this gap is ruining lives.
But like, I feel like something like that must have some other consequences you don't think about. Like shortening anything must have some consequences.
Doctors will remove around 4 to 9 millimeters of skin right below your nose, and they'll just stitch it back up together so that your upper lip is higher. And boom, your lips.
Perspective about beauty that men don't agree. In Twitter, some women hate men created lookism, but women use term about the specific space of face that no men understand. I mean, Twitter is Twitter.
Look more defined, and you're now more youthful. People with long philtrums don't look young. Their smile isn't sweet. Sometimes they even look like monkeys. Now let's talk about this.
Someone who talks like this needs to go to a mental asylum. That's about it.
Second procedure that makes this an all-in-one combo, the permanent smile lift. So a lot of people have what's called a downturned mouth. Basically, their resting face looks either tired or a bit sad.
This is my resting face. Is my mouth like up or down? Okay, let me try to do a real resting face. I feel like I'm smiling. Okay, I can't do it. I can only do it when I don't think about it.
Or, you know, like a neutral face, a regular face. But instead of having a plain normie face, many celebrities will remove a small triangular piece of skin from the corners of their mouths. Then they reposition the muscles that lift your mouth corners up and weaken the ones that pull them down. Some even go as far as cutting all your muscles out so that the mouth stays lifted. And now your face is basically smiling forever.
今天是术后的第3天，嘴巴还是有一点点肿。
Just a little bit. You could be going through the worst day of your life, like talking to a girl that says she wants to be with you, but then says she's not ready for a relationship, but loves the...
Have you had a makeup? Nope. Why would I?
attention that you
I know some guys use makeup, but no, I haven't, I guess.
give them, and then you end up spending half your bank account on them just for you to realize that they said the same thing to another guy, but you'll still be smiling. If we take a look at this influencer right here, they got the M-shaped lips, but it messed up the first time, so she kept having to redo it multiple times. So many layers were gone at the very end just to fix the first time it messed up.
我因为做了 M 唇，然后修复了3、4回，才到我现在的嘴唇。当时跟主刀的大白就说我要非常非常 M， 下嘴唇也要非常非常 M 的形状。做完当时就是这个样子的，是一个非常非常 M 的一个形状。我当时还是非常非常满意的。做完之后没多久，问题就开始慢慢的来了。我原先就不高的唇峰变得越来越低，人中也看起来更长。于是后面就想办法去补救，开始打波波。结果去的组织太多，导致波波太软，完全撑不起中间的疤痕，反而往两边扩散，形状感觉更加明显了，嘴巴更难看。后来忍无可忍了，把唇中贴掉。贴掉了上唇中之后，上嘴唇确实看起来相对来讲没那么奇怪了，但是还是很丑。笑起来基本上没有嘴唇，上唇又继续打波波。后来一狠心又去做了个人中3件套，虽然现在嘴巴也回不到当初了，起码比之前正常了很多。所以我觉得 M 唇还是不要盲目的去追求。
So many doctors start warning people saying that you could end up with scars.
I think the stupidest thing is, yeah, like stuff like this, right? Someone, like, I don't think there's, like, you know, you can't just make a general statement that, like, one thing is not attractive, right? I mean, even some women with crazy long nose can be attractive. It just depends on the person, right? But clearly in this kind of, like, beauty community things, I mean, you know, people are just stuck in trying to follow a template, I guess, you know? Like, eyes need to be this size and stuff like that. It's kind of insane, yeah. Insane.
bars, stretched lips, or even looking like a clown. But come on, who listens to doctors? We listen to influencers. Which leads us to this wild case of Yu Bing, a 29-year-old fashion entrepreneur who spent about 800,000 yuan, roughly $170,000, on 20 procedures in just 2 years. Her goal was to turn herself into the actress Fan Bingbing. She pretty much wanted to copy and paste someone else's face onto hers. Not really that uncommon nowadays, honestly. She had multiple nose jobs, chin reshaping, eye enlargements, and our beloved M-shaped lips. And doesn't stop there. She even paid for her younger brother to get procedures and even encouraged her friends to do it too. And her favorite hobby? Taking selfies. Just to figure out what to change next with her face. But that ain't a hobby. That's a full identity crisis. And of course, her family was not okay with this at all.
I mean, again, there is a level of like, LC, I need to fix that with surgery, but this is mental illness, literally, like body dysmorphia, I think it's called. Like, I feel like this is the kind of shit that the government should step in. At the same time, I hate when the government step in and say that anything is not allowed. People should be allowed to be stupid, but at the same time, like, if someone is literally doing this amount of surgery on their face, not because of health issues, but they're basically creating health issues for themselves. I don't know. It's insane.
She went on this talk show called Four Famous Helpers, where her mom literally cried and begged her to stop doing these procedures. She even said to her own daughter, "I don't even recognize you anymore. You look like a monster." Yeah, that's how far it had gone. Imagine your mother telling you that on live television. She eventually warned Yu Bing, "If you don't stop having more surgeries, I don't want anything to do with you. It hurts me too much." And Yu Bing is just sitting there, smiling. Not because she's happy, but because she physically can't stop. When they asked her why she wasn't reacting, she said, "I'm very upset, but I can't cry because I had surgery to lift the corners of my mouth."
Which is literally what people have been complaining a lot recently, and last few years, with all the Hollywood celebrities who had, a lot of like facial surgeries, right? And basically, they just contact. They can barely like move their forehead, and there's been a lot of celebrities who used to be considered good actor or actress, who now are considered bad because again, they can barely move their face. It's been kind of like a weird epidemic of that. The term in English, but means a bug who thinks the glitter body is the more beautiful, only has sex with a dropped beer bottle. What the fuck kind of saying is that? But okay. Okay.
She legit couldn't express any emotions at this point.
你心疼妈妈吗？我心疼，我也想哭。我不是微笑，我是做了嘴角上扬。我跟我妈说了，我对我妈其实挺孝顺的，我也不跟她顶嘴，我也不干嘛，我自己赚钱，我就觉得我只想整容，我觉得
我也说出我的心里话，我希望你到此为止吧，不要再做了，你真的不要再伤害你的妈妈了，我真的承受不起。
妈妈对不起。
And after
I don't know, like maybe I'm thinking too much. Again, it's a personal choice. Like, it's both a mental illness and a personal choice, so like, people should do what they want. I mean, even if they get terrible complication and die from it, I mean, I don't know. I guess you've got the freedom to do it, like, you've got the freedom to like go to a bar, drink, and nothing is stopping you from getting behind the wheels after that. But your own choice, I guess, is the same thing with this, like, yeah.
After a long lecture with many back and forths, everybody sided with her mom, and Yu Bing finally broke down and cried. But the damage was obvious. It was still pretty bad. Doctors keep stressing that these procedures require insane precision, like we're talking about your face. Even with advanced techniques, even if they try to hide the stitches in your nose or lips. I was so foolish, sister. I regret it so much now. There's nothing I can do. Why? To be honest, after it heals, there will be a very ugly scar, a white line. It will look ugly when you smile and your mouth will feel wooden. Even lipstick can't completely cover the scar. It's only okay when you don't smile. If you can't smile at all, it will be extremely ugly. I mean, yeah, I'm not really that surprised.
千万别找庸医做这个 M 唇，大家看一下我这个嘴，是不是有点似曾相识，像兔唇？ 已经1年多了，嘴唇一直没有知觉，伤了神经，而且现在上嘴唇超薄，所以现在我还要调整，把这个嘴还要把它再弄厚。你说说，花了1万多块又白折腾，就是很凉，每天摸着就冰冰凉凉，没有知觉，你们知道什么感觉吗？真的很痛苦。
Again, like there's a part of me that wants to say like, you're dumb, even though I understand that they have like mental problem, right? It's like, how little research did you do before doing something like this, right? You paid $10,000 and you had a life-changing surgery without looking before at like what the consequences would be. Like, did you only listen to the doctor who promised you that everything would be perfect? Yeah, I don't know.
我的天哪！有生以来打出了一个比手术还做的微笑的微笑唇。我的天哪，太微笑了，好好看啊！
And it gets really dystopian here because in China, there's this app called Xingyang, which lets you buy plastic surgery procedures directly at the comfort of your own home. It's essentially a marketplace for beauty procedures that offer convenience and ease of access. You open the app and you'll see a bunch of different offers that you can buy. Like, people are looking for the best deals out here. And it gets pretty messed up because the app offers these microloans for those who can't afford the surgery but still want to get it. You pretty much finance your new face and give them monthly payments, which can ultimately just end you up in debt. And you can see that they even have discounts, coupons, and limited deals like 4-in-1 package, buy one get one free, 50% off hyaluronic acid fillers, baby face packages, all to lure people in by feeding off their insecurities. Yo guys, listen, nose jobs are on clearance sale right now. We gotta book a flight to China immediately, okay? I can use my refer a friend code too, so guys, we won't be chopped anymore. There's so many procedures you can get, and there's also these reviews that make it seem legit, but a lot of them could just be unofficial beauty clinics that may or may not have a license. I mean, take a look at this package. I don't know about you guys, but M lips plus thick lips, you can enjoy an additional 95% discount for girlfriend gifts. Black Friday is just overrated. And on the app, there's also this face scanner that pretty much nitpicks and tells you everything that's wrong with your face and what procedures you need to look beautiful again. So if we go ahead and try the face scanner, you'll see how chopped they think I am. Why does it look like I already have smiling lips? This is a whole detailed report on my face. My wrinkles are heavy and my face is long.
Absolute dystopia is all I can say.
My pupil distance is narrow and the double eyelids will make the eyes look divine and aura. Long chin. Man, what's up with the long? Your face is a melon face. Yeah, I think I'll pass on this one. I'm not trying to look like Lil Teacher. Now, the whole system is designed to be fast, easy, and convenient. You don't need to think too hard or too long, and you don't need to go to a clinic to book an appointment. Take a look at this case.
Plastic surgery really shouldn't be so casual, like seriously. In no world should it be so casual.
Where a patient, referred to as baby, got M-shaped lips. Before the surgery, she said that her lips were thin, no cupid's bow, upper lip thick in the middle, but thin on the sides, corners of mouth straight. I'm reading this and I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty normal to me. But in her mind, normal ain't gonna cut it, sis. So she gets the surgery and they give her the full M shape, 2 peaks, and lifted corners. And as you can see, it don't look that natural at all. Like, it's giving something is off, but I can't explain it. Now, there's someone people love bringing up in this conversation about smiling lips, and that is Angela Baby. She is super popular in China, like she's an actress and a model, and she naturally has these smiling lips. But a lot of netizens suspect that she enhanced it because, I mean, if you look at the old and current photos, they look pretty different. Now, there's this one scene in the C-drama Skyscraper where she's supposed to be crying, but her face was smiling, so it gave it like a really weird and awkward look on.
Again, like, so many celebrities have literally destroyed their acting abilities with this. Like, it's pretty insane. I'm a big fan of, what's her name? She was in The Menu, she was in Anya Taylor-Joy. Yeah. She was so good, like, seriously, one of, like, probably my new favorite actress from recent movie that I watched. You know, she was in a lot of great stuff. But yeah, she did the whole thing with, like, you know, the crazy like facial surgery stuff, and since then, yeah, like, you know, our facial acting has become like very frozen, basically, is the best way to put it. I guess she's still a good actress in some way, but at the same time, you know, your face is ultra important, and now she barely can act. Well, in a good way, I guess. I mean, seriously, like The Menu, Queen's Gambit, The Witch, Furiosa, so much good stuff, and yet, yeah, now she looks very messed up, I guess, in terms of acting. It's sad.
On camera. And people were like, is she crying or smiling? And there's even this other scene where she's literally being whipped and trying to look in pain as an actor would, right? But her lips are still slightly smiling. Nessun started calling it scary, uncanny, two-faced smile. I mean, I can see where they're coming from because when you smile, your whole face smiles, right? It's not just your lips. Your eyes, your cheeks, everything, right? But when it's just your mouth and your eyes look dead serious, I'm sorry for staring. At the end of the day, beauty is subjective. Like, what might look perfect to one person might look completely unnatural to someone else. And the truth is, while M-shaped lips or the smiling lips can look good on somebody when it's like tailored to their face,
or when it's fucking natural,
the risks are just too insane. If you have to cut muscles in your face just to look slightly more approachable, maybe the lips aren't the problem at all. If anything, you better hide your lips, because I'm coming for them.
yeah, I mean, this is a video about China, but again, every country has probably their own body standard and weird culture of plastic surgery, right? Everybody knows if you go to Brazil, you can get a big ass of silicone. You know, different countries have like very specific things like that, right? Like I know in Asia, there's a lot of like whitening of the skin plastic surgery, like in India, for example. That's the thing, you know, it's all, you know, I love the idea of plastic surgery for like very, you know, obvious like birth defect is the way I can put it, right? Like really something bad that you can't really deal with. But, you know, like plastic surgery like this, that's almost trying to change your character design, right? Like you're moving sliders in the character designer. Yeah, it's too much. I think it's too much. Like for me, again, it's like less about how you look. I mean, even if you end up looking terrible from the plastic surgery, whatever, but I just can't imagine like all the health complication and, you know, how bad your face must feel too. Yeah, that must be bad. That must be bad. Anyway, really messed up.